Hi, everybody. My name is Hina, and it is my pleasure to connect with you from the Master Sha Tao Centre in London. So thank you to everyone who's joining, and thank you for all the people who shared these short Facebook Live videos to kind of just let other people know about the Master Sha Tao Centre in London and the different workshops and retreats that we hold here. So for today, our topic is open spiritual channels. Now, when I first heard of open spiritual channels, I really thought it was for those few people who were gifted from birth. They were just born and they had these amazing psychic abilities where they would see images or they would be able to communicate with different souls. And I just thought like, oh gosh, these people are really super special. But then when I became a Master Sha student, I realized that actually everyone who's born actually has some amount of open channels. And there could be different ways. There are different kinds of channels that are open. Some people hear messages. Some people can smell interesting smells that give them information. Therefore, they can smell messages. A lot of people can see messages. Some others can feel. And there are many who can do all of them. So open spiritual channels is just an amazing, amazing gift that Master Sha has taught hundreds, probably thousands of students of his. And the best thing is that Master Sha teaches us how to open our spiritual channels in a very safe way. So there have been some stories where people open like from their Kundalini awakenings or different type of channels that they open, but then they have some side effects. Whereas when you get to the teachings of Master Sha and his teachers, like the workshop we're having here in London in August, we do teach how to open these channels in the most effective, powerful, and most important, safe ways. So after I became a Master Sha student and I started taking some of these workshops, I realized that, you know what, I guess I always did have open channels. I just didn't know that what it was or that I actually had it. But then developing my channels, learning more, taking the workshops with some of his leading teachers, and just being in this field that Master Sha has created for all of us, my channel started opening wider and wider and wider. And there's still more to go because it is endless. But the amount and the quickness, the effectiveness is just amazing. And it helps provide a lot more clarity in pretty much almost every aspect of life. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Aylin Barrett. And Aylin, actually, she lived in Texas. Then she stopped over in France. And now she lives in Turkey. And Aylin has been a member of Master Sha Tao Centre in London for a few years now. And she actually has an amazing story of how her channels helped her in a very practical aspect of life. So Aylin, welcome. How are you?
Hi, Hina. Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. Hello from the beautiful Istanbul.
I know, I feel sunny there.
It is really sunny. It's beautiful. I'm very blessed to be here. Listening to you about the opening spiritual channels, Hina, took me back to as a child. And I completely forgotten about this memory that as a little girl, I used to lay in bed at night and I used to dream about the opportunities and what if I could take a glimpse and what if I could look at this and what if I would know that. Of course, by that age, I was also dreaming about flying around like a fairy, but I'd forgotten about that. And actually the opening my spiritual channels is my childhood dream come true because it does give me a peek into the possibilities of my choices. It gives me a glimpse in what I can and what I should do. It gives me options. And at the end, it's my choice. It says, this is red, this is blue, this is green, but then which one do I really want? So thank you for reminding me that because we do tend to forget what we dream about as children. I like to explain this as, when you go to the supermarket, you want to buy healthy food, you read the ingredients. So having my spiritual channels open through the Master Sha Tao Centre in London, gave me the opportunity to read the ingredients of my life so I can make a healthier choice of what I wanted to do. And I do this every morning. I say, okay, let me have a message about today. What is it I need to know? How is it I'm supposed to act or react or not react? And what are the options I should take? And one of the best stories I have, which my neighbors can't believe I actually did this, is moving from Lyon to Istanbul. First of all, Istanbul is so big, I don't even know where I need to start looking for a house. So using my spiritual channels, I got guidance on different areas. And it never said this is right and this is wrong, but it said if you go here, you'll have this. And if you go there, you'll have that. And if you go here, you'll have business opportunities and more social structure. And your soul will like the forest, which is the area I'm actually in. So of course, I started looking for a house in this area that I'm already in. But then there's so many houses, you don't know which one is nice. You have the dream of what you want, and then you have the Photoshop reality of, the houses. So you don't really know what you're looking at online. And I kept checking in with my spiritual channels saying, is this the house? What would I live there? What would I experience here? And it was like, wait. And of course, you're anxious. You want to get the house, you want to move, you don't know if your furniture is going to fit. So I did listen to my spiritual channels, which at the end, I actually rented this house without seeing it. It said, this one is it. If you move there, you will have business opportunities from your surroundings, which it happened. You will have good social connections, which it happened. You will have neighbors who will support you, who you will connect with immediately, which happened, and beyond. So when I saw the house, I said, they're saying rent this is the guidance. So online, I said, okay, yeah, I'm renting it. And the owner said, you don't want to see it? I'm like, it's already been seen. It's fine. So I rented the house. And of course, you don't know if the furniture is going to fit or not. But I can say my furniture fits like I actually privately shopped for the house. It fits to a T. And I'm experiencing everything that it was said. So, that's a beautiful opportunity versus moving into another house, thinking with your mind you like it, and having challenges and blockages and having to move again and having to move again. So that's my story. I call it my magic story. But then again, I do connect to my spiritual channels every day. And I can say that I'm not so proud of it, but I'm a perfectionist. It can have its complications within itself. And when I first took this class, someone like me who had to understand everything and have everything structured, and even I was able to go within the first 2 days to the flow and receive messages and be like, aha, now I understand this. Oh, and release the structure of perfectionism, because the teachings are so gentle. It makes so much sense. It doesn't make you question, you just know. So I recommend to everyone to take this class. Just like, we tell our children, try the broccoli, maybe you'll like it. No, try it. You don't know if you're not going to like it or not. So I'm telling everyone, try it. You might not like it, but what if you do? And you will. So thank you for reminding me of my childhood dreams, Hina.
Aylin, I'm so glad that you did bring up about trying it, because a lot of the things that I think that, that we can actually accomplish following the teachings and practices of Master Sha, it is best experienced. Because if you just even try an introduction night, if you just try one workshop and just experience it, then there's a certain amount of truth that you yourself have a direct experience with. And that's what happened to Aylin. That's what happened to me. That's what happens to a lot of us. We decided to follow our teacher's advice of taste the pear just to figure out if it's sweet. So that's what we actually also encourage. Yes. Try a workshop or a night, see how you feel, see what you experience. And Aylin, that's just such an amazing story, because picking a place to live is so important because yes, you hit upon having good neighbors because that could go
Great
either.
neighbors, they bring me food. I love them.
Oh, that's amazing. I would love neighbors who bring me food. It's just such a tremendous leap of faith, and that just knowing that your channels were highly accurate and developed, that you could just basically move literally countries, move into a house, your furniture fits. You have awesome neighbors who bring you food. You've built good social connections. Work-wise, it all worked out. I mean, information like this is, I mean, how it helps pretty much every aspect of life, doesn't it? It's
It does,
amazing.
and it's amazing, and it gives you a sense of freedom because you know what you can do, and it also gives you a sense of very high security because it's sometimes when you're going through blockages, but if you're going through the path that you got through your spiritual guidance, you say, all right, I'm going through this, but I am in the better alternative because I am taking the guidance. So it doesn't mean you won't have blockages, but it just means how to make your life better. Even if it's good at that moment, it's about always taking it one step further without losing time and without losing hope. So it gives a huge sense of security.
Yep, that's true. I have to agree with that as well, because having open channels, like you just said, is a way of actually getting a lot of freedom. Because once you make a decision, it's that reassurance and, like how you said, the security that I have made the best decision possible for what I need at this point. And just to have that security, that support, it really is a form of freedom. And the best thing I love about my having open spiritual channels is the communication abilities, because now we can communicate better, not only with other human beings, because we listen to, is this the right time to bring it up? Or should I just be quiet right now? So it helps with communication of other human beings. You have better communication with your spiritual fathers and mothers. You can communicate with your house, based with things that you've lost. Like I've heard stories of people misplacing their keys, and then they connect with the soul of their keys, and they're like, where are you? And, or their husband or their partner. So
Actually, Hina, thank you for bringing that up. I did communicate with my house. After I rented it, I forgot to talk about that. I appreciate that you brought it up. And I said, what is it you need? You know, we're going to be meeting soon. And I was able to have a glimpse into and an understanding into the situations I would come across. So I was all prepared. Most of them I handled before I traveled to the house, and some of them we worked on it together. But it did make the journey easier, and it made it more fun, and it did bring a lot of comfort into my life.
That's amazing. And they say moving is one of the three biggest stresses in your life. I think they say the three biggest stresses in one person's life is moving, having kids, and is it getting married or getting divorced? I don't know. It's one of them.
Had all
But
three last year, so I'm good.
so you've accomplished a lot. Okay, so thank you, Aylin, so much. It has been a
Thank
lot
you,
of fun
Hina.
too. It's been a lot of pleasure, and I know I will be seeing you very, very soon.
Yes.
So for all our friends who are watching, the Master Sha Tao Centre London is going to be having a spiritual and open spiritual channels workshop, and it is going to be in August 13th and 17th, and our early bird is ending July 16th. So please, if you could just go to our webpage, the link is going to be up on the chat. Visit our page, and you'll get more details about exactly what it is, what you're going to learn. And it is definitely one of those things, if you've never tried it before or think that, oh, the spiritual stuff is not really for me, just try it. It is pretty much a guarantee that you will love it. So thank you so much for spending the last 10 to 15 minutes with Aylin and I. The Master Sha Tao Centre in London is hoping to see all of you very, very soon. So goodbye.